everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Dari and today we are going to continue our discussion about the book by Margaret Mitchell, Gone with the Wind. In the previous video we have started discussing the first part. If you have not seen it, please check it out. If you have done it, please take your seat comfortably, make tea, and we will begin in the moment. So Ashley joined them in Terra. He was trying to work, but he was not very much good at this. He could not work as hard as it was needed. So in this way they were trying to leave. But later, with step-by-step recovery, taxes were increased, and Scarlett had to find a way how to comply with this obligation. She did not have enough money, but she remembered person who had money. And you also remember that person, Rhett Butler. She has heard that he also returned to Atlanta, and she decided to go to him and to ask him for help. At that time they were really poor. They could hardly find sources to buy food, to get food, so it was not even discussion about some fancy dresses. And before she was like one of the best dressed, the best looking, and here to go to Rhett Butler in the way how she looked, he could not do it for sure. So this is legendary moment which I also mentioned from the beginning about dress. She decided to make dress out of velvet curtains, dark green velvet curtains. Mommy, who was, it was like home name of lady who was nursing Scarlett's mom and Scarlett and further her kids. She was protesting very much. No way, no way, those are curtains of Miss Ellen O'Hara. She cannot touch them. But Scarlett said, no, we will do it. And they made dress out of those curtains, dark green velvet fabric. It suited Scarlett so well. She was just great. She looked great with her green eyes. That dress, it was just perfect. She went to Atlanta. Everybody was shocked to see her looking so great, and she clarified that Rhett was in jail. And what she did, she went to jail to meet with him. She came to jail. He was so much happy to see her, and she was so sweet, so nice with him, even though they had that very bad ending before. She was very just as sweet as possible, just to get money. And he almost believed her because he was so happy to see her. But when he tried to kiss her hand, he noticed that she has hands of person who is working. Those were different hands from how she was before, because she has never worked before. And he has noticed it, and he realized why she came and why she behaves this way. And he was very much disappointed, and he refused her. She was also disappointed, but not desperate. She met another man whose name was Frank Kennedy. Before, she did not like him at all. That person, he is fiancé of her sister. She did not like him because they have been engaged already for many years, but he cannot make this step. He was very undecisive, unconfident, and she just did not respect him. That's why she did not like him. But in this situation, Frank was very much useful because he had money. He was running his small shop, so he had some money, and Scarlett decided to trick him to make him marry him. And it worked out. Even though he was engaged with her sister, he married her. Later she moved to Atlanta with her son and to live with Frank. Her sister was, of course, very much disappointed, mad, because obviously why, but Scarlett did not care. And it also shows her character, because she had an option to push Frank to marry her sister and to get money through her sister. But she was worried that her sister will move to Atlanta, will get better life, and she will leave everybody in Terra just to live like it was. Scarlett would not agree on this. and that's why she decided to take this opportunity and to move herself further and to help Tara. She resolved all the problems with taxes, and she was living in Atlanta with Frank, with her kid, and with her nurse mommy. Mommy plays a really big role also in this book. This lady, she is just a legend. She is very much proud of carrying title of belonging to O'Hara family, and she was really behaving like strongly. She was supporting Scarlett, but she was not behaving like she's weaker or something. She was really like showing her how to behave. And she took that lady with her to nurse her son, to help her with her kid and at home. And life was going on like this, but later Frank got sick, and while he was sick, Scarlett intervened into his business. She checked his books, like accounting books, and she noticed that there are many people who owe him money. And because he is really kind, he cannot ask them, like, to demand them to return money, because he was kind to understand the situation. It was not easy. Atlanta was fully destroyed, and people are rebuilding as much as they can, so he could not just demand money back. But Scarlett could, and she was trying to take control over his business, and eventually she took it, and she was demanding money like nothing. She was very brutal, really rude in making her business, because she was acting in her own interests. Later Frank was not very much intervening into this, because he understood that it was just there was no sense in doing that. But her Scarlett's business ideas, they went outside of Frank's shop, and she decided to start a business of working with wood. This business was really like for male. It was not accepted in society that lady could run such type of a business. But Scarlett did not care about public opinion, and she borrowed money from Red Butler. She was already released from jail, and he gave her money, and she built this small like manufacturing place to work with wood. And later she was enlarging. She was very much business-oriented person, and she did not care about others' opinion. She was just doing what was for her benefit, for benefit of her family. Maybe also those events when she was running away from Atlanta to Tara, when she had to really work very much hard to work with soil, to collect cotton. She really understood that she needs to work hard to have enough money to comply with any possible situation, and that's why she was trying her really best. Frank did not support her at all, but she was still saved in the society, and at one moment she got pregnant. Frank was very much felt relief, because she was not able to go every day to that place and to do all those business operations. But somebody should have needed to manage that place, and she invited Ashley to do it. She invited Ashley with Melanie to come to Atlanta, and for Ashley to have a job to manage that manufacturing place where they were doing manufacturing things with wood. Ashley did not want to go, because he believed that life together with Scarlett is dangerous, to live with her at one place. But Melanie convinced him to go, because she also wanted to go to Atlanta, and she believed it's a good opportunity for him to work and for them to live a better life. So Ashley, Melanie, and their son Bo, they moved to Atlanta. Ashley was taking care about that manufacturing place. He was not the best type of manager, but Scarlett believed that he was great. She just believed in him, and she gave him very big range of movements, what he could do. So he felt really comfortable, and she felt comfortable about this as well. Later she gave birth to a girl, and she called her Ella Lorena, I think, Ella Lorena. And right after she gave birth to a child, she ran to work, she was doing her business and everything as usual. But at that time it was really unsafe. And to go late at night alone for a lady to those places in forests, it was really dangerous. And once she got into very bad accident, and she was saved by a former slave from their plantation. His name was Big Sam. He was the biggest and the strongest person working at the plantation, and he had really good relations with Scarlett, so he remembered good about her and he really saved her, and she was also grateful to him. But that accident, it triggered a lot of actions, a lot of thoughts, and Frank wanted to protect her name, her dignity, and he with other men, they joined Ku Klux Klan. It was a clan of people who were against the regime which was established after the war, and he joined that clan to do revenge because of Scarlett. And once they went to this mission, I don't know, they went for this revenge thing, and Frank was shot, so he died. But Scarlett did not know where he went, only Melanie knew, because Ashley also was there, and Melanie invited all ladies to her house. Their house was under suspicious. It was suspicious what was going on, because men were outside, only ladies were left, and police suspected something. They came to their house, but Melanie really took care about everything. She calmed everybody down. She just took a book and she was reading. She was reading calmly, and they were just waiting what will happen next. And what happened next? Rhett Butler came together with Ashley to their house, and they pretended that they were drunk. They behaved really like drunk people, and everybody was like, what's going on? Only Melanie could really control situation, because she knew before what was going on, and she helped a lot to stabilize everything, to make sure for police that everything is fine, that they should go, and that's it. But when police left, they discovered that Ashley she was also shot, and it was bleeding everywhere. Situation was very bad, but he could not disclose it because he would be suspected in the same thing as they acted in that clan. So they were trying to take care. Rhett Butler agreed with one lady, Belle. Her name is Belle. She was Madame. She owned the place where men were coming to have fun, and Rhett Butler agreed with that lady that she will confirm that all those men, they were clients of her house, and she agreed to help. And this story really saved them. But later that lady, she said that she agreed to help only because of Melanie, because she respects Melanie, because when the war was going on and this lady wanted to help with money to soldiers, Melanie was the only one who accepted her money, and she was very much grateful for this. She respected her, and that's why she agreed to help. As regards to Scarlett, she did not like her at all, even though when Scarlett came to Atlanta for the first time, she did not understand how she should behave with this type of ladies, that there were rules in the society, that they cannot talk with them, and so on. Scarlett did not really care about it. She did not think, and she was really kind with her. But the reason why that lady did not like Scarlett was in the fact that Rhett Butler was in love with Scarlett, and that lady loved Rhett. He was spending a lot of time with her, and there were gossips that they even had son, but son of that lady, he lived in a different city. Because of her job, she would not allow him to live with her. But there were no confirmations that Rhett was his father, yes, but Red took care about that boy. So that lady, she did not like Scarlett at all because of Red, because of their connection. But anyways, she helped, and those men were saved. Scarlett was in grief, but Red came and proposed to her. He asked her to marry him, and she reminded him that before he said that he is type of a man who would never marry somebody. But here he changed his opinion, and he said that he is tired of catching her between husbands. So despite he asked her to marry him, firstly she was like no, but then eventually she agreed. She asked him to bring her the ring with the biggest stone, and he brought it. So Scarlett and Red Butler married each other. It was very much discussed in the society because Scarlett just lost second husband, and here she marries a man with such a reputation. It was just unacceptable. But the only person who saved her was Melanie, because Scarlett was still under protection of Melanie's role in the society. Melanie would not allow anyone to say something bad about Scarlett, especially after how she helped her. She saved her life of her son. She was very much grateful for this, and she was really protecting her. So Scarlett was firstly happy during a honeymoon. So during the first time after their wedding, they went to New Orleans. They spent really great time there. Red was just spoiling her as much as possible. He was buying everything she wanted, with the best hotel, the best everything. Scarlett was happy as a child. He built a house according to her wish, and he said that it was just architectural horror, but he made it because she wanted house like this. And later they came back to Atlanta. During their trip to New Orleans, Red bought present for Mommy, because Mommy did not like him at all. He was a total contradiction of gentleman of that time, and she was saying that Ellen O'Hara, mother of Scarlett, would never allow them to marry. But at the same time, she acknowledged that they were made from the same dog, so they are of the same breed people, Scarlett and Rhett. So he brought her this gift, and it's small detail, but I mentioned it intentionally, and later I will explain why. So she was not very much happy, and she said that she will never wear it, but whatever. They were living their life in Atlanta. Later Scarlett got pregnant, and she gave birth to a girl. Melanie named the girl Bonnie Blue because of her beautiful blue eyes. And do you remember I mentioned before about present from Red Butler to Mommy, which he brought from New Orleans, that red underskirt? I mentioned it specifically for this moment, because when Scarlett gave birth to Bonnie Blue, Mommy was afraid that Red will be disappointed that it's a girl, not a boy, and so on. But when he was the happiest person in the house, she realized that he is reasonable man, and she wore that present for the first time, and they were drinking rum together, and Red Butler noticed it, and he said, yes, I remember, this is my present. And Mommy, she was so shy. It was very, very nice, very sweet moment, and I remembered it as highlight a shift in their relationships between no trust, some suspicious from Mommy's side, to her acceptance of Red Butler and understanding him as really good person. And Red was just taking care about that girl very much. He was very loving dad. He was also taking care about other kids of Scarlett. He was really taking care about Wade. He was playing with him, explaining him things with Ella Lorena. So he was really caring, but the most he cared about Bonnie Blue. During this time, one situation happened. Melanie wanted to make birthday party in regards of Ashley's birthday, and while she was preparing everything, Scarlett's task was to keep Ashley at the office of that manufacturing thing until the moment when everything is prepared and they can go to the party. And Scarlett was of course happy to do it because she was still in love with Ashley. She asked Rhett even, she took distance between her and Rhett because she did not want to interact with him very much, because she still wanted to keep this space for Ashley. She believed like this. So Rhett was of course very much mad, but he was taking care about Bonnie Blue. So returning to the birthday party situation, Scarlett came to Ashley's place, manufacturing place. They were just talking and remembering about all the things that were going on, about feelings and so on. And they were caught, as far as I understand, hugging. So that was, it was not expression of their feelings, it was as a result of their warm memories. But they were caught by Ashley's sister India. India hated Scarlett very much. He literally hated her because Scarlett married Charles, her first husband, and India was in love with that man. That's why she just hated Scarlett just enormously. And when she saw that situation, she took this chance just to destroy Scarlett's reputation, and she told everyone that she spread gossips about Scarlett and Ashley. And of course, Melanie and Rhett, they also heard about those gossips, but Melanie did not believe in this because she believed in Ashley, she believed in Scarlett, and she believed that nothing could happen. But Rhett knew the truth, and he was very much, he got drunk, he was mad, and it was very destructive behavior from his side. But Scarlett came to the party as nothing happened, even though everybody was gossiping about this. Melanie really saved her because she accepted her again at her house, like nothing happened, and this is how this story resolved. But Rhett was really mad at her, and he took Bonnie and he went to the trip for 3 months from the house. And by this time, Scarlett discovered that she was pregnant from Rhett. And when he came, she shared with him, but later she lost her child. Rhett was very much upset, and he was sorry for that behavior because he acted from jealousy. He later shared it even with Melanie because he really respected Melanie, trusted her. But nothing could be returned back. Scarlett was still thinking about Ashley. Rhett was taking care about Bonnie. But after Scarlett lost her kid, her child, he became very much weak, sick, and she took her 2 older kids and she went to Tara. She recovered there. She approved wedding of her sister because she took this leadership role in their family. And after all those events, she returned back already with renewed energy and so on, to live her life, to do business or whatever. And when she returned, she was surprised to know that Rhett has very good reputation in the city. He had reputation as very caring, very kind, that he was trying his best to give her daughter best possible reputation, for her to be accepted in every house, to get everything she wants. He was trying very, very, very much hard for his daughter. And Scarlett, of course, was also happy about this, and Rhett even was mad when Scarlett was doing something wrong. If before he could accept it, he did not care that much, but now when they have Bonnie Blue, he was caring a lot. But later, a very sad situation happened when Red was training Bonnie Blue with Pony. She was very brave girl, and he was teaching her to ride pony. And during one of those classes, she fell down and she broke her neck, and she died. It was very, very sad for everybody in the house because it was very unexpected, and no, of course, there is nothing to discuss. It was very, very big grief. And Red was sleeping with that girl when she was already died for some time, and she did not allow even her to be buried because he could not believe that she was dead. He almost lost his mind because of this. And the girl, she was really very, very brave, very smart. She was not afraid of anything. She was very talkative, with jokes, with everything. Really great kid. And the only fear which she had was fear of darkness. She was afraid to sleep alone in darkness, and that's why Red was sleeping with her. And when she was dead, Red said that she will not allow to do anything with her because she is afraid of darkness. He cannot leave her. And later, Mommy, that nurse, she confessed it to him that the girl was so brave that this Mommy, she told her that darkness is scary, that there are monsters in darkness, for her to be more calm at night. And that's why the girl was afraid of darkness, because of stories of that Mommy. And she told this to Red. It was very sad moment, and eventually he allowed the girl to be buried, and this is how the story ended. But they were still married with Scarlett. Scarlett was also very sad about loss of her kid. She was saying that this girl was really smarter comparing to her other kids. She believed in her very much. Red was accusing her of being a bad mom because she really did not care that much about kids. She was just working and doing her business. Her first kid, he was very shy because he was just this type of kid. He was very shy and maybe scared about many things, and Scarlett was always shouting at him, be real man, be brave, and it was making him even weaker. And the only person with whom that boy, Wade, was friends, it was Melanie, because Melanie was very much taking care about him. She was very gentle, very nice, and she really loved him, and he needed that love from her. So that's why that boy, he was mostly spending time with Melanie, and he loved her the most. Her daughter, she was still very young, but she was always also spending most of the time with Melanie and her brother and Melanie's son Bo. So yes, and after this story, there were news about Melanie's pregnancy. Melanie got pregnant, and on the one hand, it was happy because new kid, it's always good, but on another hand, it was very much risky. After she gave birth to Bo, she got some complications, and doctors said that it's not advisable for her to get pregnant again because it's very risky for her life and for life of a kid. But she loved kids and she wanted to try, so she got pregnant, but unfortunately she lost kid and she got very much sick. And later she died because of this. And during her last moments, she asked Scarlett to take care about Ashley, about her son, about her family, because she really believed Scarlett very much. She relied on her very much, and she saw only best in her, even though during the whole story Scarlett was in love with her husband, but still Melanie saw only best in her. So Scarlett of course said yes, that she will take care about Ashley. And after Melanie passed away, she had conversation with Ashley, and after this conversation she realized one thing, that she has never loved him. She has never loved Ashley, and it was just illusion. She just wanted to get what she wants, because she was always getting what she wants. And in this case, she wanted to get Ashley, just not to let him go with Melanie. So it was just some childish game, and that's it. And after she realized it, she came home and she found Rhett. She wanted to share with him. She was literally running to their house to share that finally she is released from this. But Rhett said, that's it. He just packaged his stuff and he was ready to go, and he was gone. And this is how the story ends. And why I like this book, because it shows very complicated characters in different life situations, how they can behave. Scarlett, very controversial character. On the one hand, she is very brave. She has this internal life strength, power, but on another hand, as we have discussed, many situations which proved some absence of stable principles. For example, as her mom would not do it. Rhett Butler as well, controversial social opinion about him and his behavior. He did not care about what other people think. He cared only about his own business, how he should behave. He had good principles. He was kind. He was doing some things which were not accepted by the society. I would agree with Mommy, who said that those people are of the same breed, but there was still difference between them. Melanie, also I would highlight her as main character. She was very kind, very soft, very gentle, but at the same time she was very strong in her principles. When she believed that somebody is good, she treated that person as guest in her house. When she believed that somebody is bad, she was throwing that person away, as she did with Ashley's sister India, who spotted Ashley and Scarlett. That India, she spread a lot of gossips, rumors about this situation, and Melanie asked her to leave because she did not believe in this, and she could not allow somebody to say something bad about her husband and about her close person. So this is about Melanie. About Ashley, it's hard to say, because Ashley was that white needle throughout the story. Scarlett thought that she was always keeping him in her heart, in her mind, but in fact, as it was disclosed, it was just some childish game, attempt to prove that she can get everything she wants. So Ashley's role was to highlight this problem, I guess. And I would like to finish this video with the quote, which I believe became legendary. This sounds the following way: tomorrow is another day. Scarlett has been repeating it all the time in various life situations, and I believe this specific quote helped her to comply with various matters. Tomorrow is another day. I will think about this tomorrow. I will resolve it tomorrow. We will see how tomorrow it will go. I think this is golden principle of Scarlett O'Hara, and we can really borrow this to our lives. Regardless to what's going on right now, we can think about this tomorrow. Tomorrow will bring us something new, something fresh, which will help us to comply with current situations. And I also promised you to say why this book is associated for me with Zarkoperfume The Muse. I would say that Gone with the Wind smell like this because this is the smell of cotton. I think one of the main notes of this perfume is cotton, like fresh cotton, fresh clothes. And when there was situation, when Scarlett was working in Terra, she was talking a lot about Terra, about cotton, how it's important for them. They were trying to collect as more as possible and sell it, and that's why this book for me smelled like Zarkoperfume The Muse. I guess this is everything what I wanted to discuss with you, to share with you today about this book. I was really happy to do it. Thank you very much for your attention. I would like to ask you about your opinion about Scarlett O'Hara, about Rhett Butler, about Gone with the Wind. Maybe you have your opinion about situations in the books. Maybe you would analyze characters in different way, and maybe you could share why do you think this book is really so popular, so legendary, and so loved by many readers throughout the generations. Thank you so much for your attention, and see you soon.